Sometimes the most spectacular meltdowns happen over the stupidest things. Picture this. Tuesday night, 11 p.m., and the casino floor is settling into that familiar graveyard shift rhythm. Most reasonable people are home, asleep, preparing for Wednesday morning responsibilities, but casinos don't deal in reasonable people. That's when Machine 247 decides to absolutely lose its mind. Not literally explode. But when a progressive jackpot hits about $40,000 in change, it might as well be a nuclear bomb going off. The machine starts screaming its song, lights flashing like a Christmas tree, having a seizure, and suddenly everyone within a 50-foot radius thinks they've won the lottery, including a crazy character who we'll call Margaret. Now, Margaret's been parked at Machine 246 for 6 straight hours, chain smoking menthols, nursing the same watered down vodka tonic that's basically flavored ice water at this point, feeding $20 bills into her machine like she's trying to paper train a very expensive, very stubborn pet. She's got that look. You know the one. The 1,000-yard stare of someone who's convinced tonight's the night their luck changes. The glazed over expression of pure, desperate hope mixed with mounting panic. Her machine? Stone, cold, dead, not a single decent payout in hours, just spinning, clicking, taking her money and giving her nothing but false hope and carpal tunnel. But Machine 247, literally 18 inches to her left, that's where the magic happens. Here's where things get interesting. Margaret wasn't sitting at the winning machine. She wasn't even touching it. But in her mind, in that twisted logic that only comes from 6 straight hours of gambling-induced delirium, those two machines are practically the same machine. She'd planted herself between them, feeding bills into 246. Now, I've seen this a lot, and if you've made frequent visit to casinos, you probably know what I'm talking about. You know, weird rituals that people do that they think will make them win. But hey, who am I to judge? Maybe it really does work. Anyway, Margaret was treating them like some kind of slot machine ecosystem where her suffering at one would somehow influence the other. The actual winner, some guy who we'll call Dave, who wandered over from the blackjack tables, dropped a single 20 into 247, hit the spin button exactly once, and walked away $40,000 richer. One spin, 20 bucks, life-changing money. Margaret's reaction was biblical. She starts claiming the jackpot belongs to her. Not just claiming it, demanding it, screaming about how she's been playing those machines all night, how she practically lives at this casino, how this is her spot, her machine, her money by right of suffering. The mathematics are simple. The law is crystal clear. Dave's player card was in the machine. Dave pressed the button. Dave wins, but Margaret's not interested in mathematics. She's interested in cosmic justice. Her version of justice, the kind that says 6 hours of grinding should somehow count for something. She transforms. Right there on the casino floor, this tired-looking, middle-aged woman morphs into a full-blown Karen, demanding managers, then supervisors, then corporate, making threats about lawyers and gaming commissions and how she knows people who know the governor's nephew's dog walker. Dave's standing there with his payout ticket, looking like he accidentally stepped into someone else's complete psychological breakdown, which honestly he did. Security gets called, then security calls for backup, then backup calls for management. Pretty soon, half the casino staff is gathered around these two machines trying to explain basic slot machine physics to a woman who's decided the universe owes her a payday. Margaret's voice gets louder. She's attracting attention from other players, causing a scene that's making everyone uncomfortable. She keeps pointing at machine 246, then at machine 247, like somehow the proximity should count for something. Like being adjacent to winning is the same as actually winning. The confrontation drags on and on. Nearly 5 or 10 minutes of Margaret demanding compensation, Dave wanting his money, security trying to keep everyone calm while management figures out how to handle a situation that shouldn't need handling. Here's where it gets absolutely beautiful. While Margaret's busy arguing with half the casino staff about cosmic unfairness and the injustice of random number generators, Machine 246, her machine, the one she'd been feeding all night like a hungry beast, starts quietly, almost politely, paying out. Small wins, nothing huge, but steady money. Consistent hits that might have actually recovered some of her losses if she'd been sitting there instead of having a public breakdown 20 feet away. She's too busy screaming about the jackpot to notice her machine finally deciding to cooperate. Eventually, security escorts Margaret out. Not banned, she's probably a decent revenue source, just strongly encouraged to cool off somewhere else. She's still shouting about lawyers and lawsuits as they walk her toward the exit, her voice echoing through the casino like a siren wailing into the night. Dave quietly collects his 40 grand and vanishes into whatever life people live when they're smart enough to walk away while they're ahead. But here's the kicker. The moment that makes this story absolutely perfect. Maybe 20 minutes after Margaret storms out, some random guy slides into her spot at machine 246. The same machine she'd been torturing for 6 straight hours. The same machine that had been stone cold dead all night, eating her money like a slot machine vampire. Maybe third spin, $700 payout, just like that. The guy doesn't even celebrate. Just cashes out and walks away like hitting $800 is something that happens to him every Tuesday night. Margaret missed it all. 6 hours of grinding, an hour of screaming, and she walks away right before her machine finally decides to reward someone's patience. Just not hers. Sometimes the house wins, sometimes you win, but mostly timing wins everything. Anyway, subscribe for more stories of degenerate gamblers, and as always, remember to be stingy when gambling.